Hello, welcome to another blog. We've just done an advanced course here, session 4, looking at Iberian Peninsula, so Spain and Portugal. I picked 3 real good Spanish wines available in the UK. We've got Ribera del Duero, we're looking at Rioja, of course we have to look at Rioja if we're looking at the wines of Spain. And then we're going to finish on a Priorat. Got to be 3 of the best regions producing the top end styles currently in the UK market. Okay, first of all then, we've got this Corona da Castilla, Ribera del Duero, 100% Tempranillo from 2006. Ribera del Duero is a phenomenal little area, just south of Rioja, at altitude as well. Most of the vineyards lying above 1,000 metres. So the style here, because of the high altitude, cooler conditions, you tend to get this acidity that you'll find in the Tempranillo grapes. Really put on the map by a company called Vega Sicilia, and really made big towards sort of the 80s, and then the boom in Ribera del Duero has been significant. Only around 20 bodegas in the 80s, then turning up to 2006, only a few years ago, 250 bodegas. Castillo is an interesting one. It's got wonderful expression to it. On the nose, it's this real intense oak characteristic which comes from the French oak here. It's lovely. It's slightly smoked tobacco oak with this little edge of coffee, but smoked meat character as well. It's absolutely fantastic. It's not delicate, it's not light, it's quite big and quite tight on the nose, but lovely rich red fruit as well. It's intense barrage of red cherry, and really ripe Morello cherry, that's lovely. So it's intense, it's got fruit and character, and that slight spice tobacco edge on the nose, and the meaty, smoked meat character. Wonderful, wonderful style. Have a taste. That is well worth the money. Good acidity, fairly rich tannins still, but subsiding slightly, and lovely, bright, intense red fruit, red currants and lovely sort of strawberry-esque raspberry touches with quite an intensity. A lovely smoked herbal meaty finish, and that oak just comes through. It has elegance and intensity at the same time. It's got fruit and then goes into oak. It's got layers, and layers are the mark of quality in wine. 11, 12 pounds from Waitrose, and well worth it. A very good style. The next one is a Berberana. Berberana doing phenomenally well on the scene, especially with their Rioja, winning a whole host of awards. Their Reserva does very well, but this is one of their Grand Reservas from the Wiener Art. 2002. It has classic Rioja characteristics. What do we mean by that? When you smell it on the nose, it screams Rioja, and why people in the UK love this stuff. Because, oh yes, it does have red fruit, it does have this red cherry berry character, a lovely red berry, but it's got dried fruits, it's got slightly raisiny touches, but then this lovely sweetness comes through. With that dried fruit, the sweetness of the oak, vanilla comes through on this. Slightly coconut as well with that vanilla, but what really pushes through is the age characteristic. It does have a lovely leathery meaty touch as well. Very herbaceous, it's fantastic, really full on, very pronounced. If you take this round to a friend's house or your in-laws to impress, this is a wonderful one. They'll smell it and they will fall in love with it. It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic stuff. It's got wonderful, rich fruit. That's the Tempranillo coming through, around 80% Tempranillo, pushing through the red cherry, the Tempranillo-based red currant fruit. Chewy, good acidity, but soft. and that sweetness comes through on the finish, which is that vanilla sweetness. It's really delicious, it really is drinkable, and that's why it does so well in the UK market. A wonderful, well-made wine. At the minute, I'm still loving the more elegance of the Ribera del Duero. I love that sort of French oak character, but the American oak of the Berberana is probably pleasing to most palates because of the sweet vanilla touch to it. Very good. The next one is a very young Priorat, a 2007. Priorat is found towards Tarragona and Barcelona on that east coast of Spain. It's quite mountainous here and it's a domination of that lovely limestone rich soil again, but these are wines of massive concentration. It's a Carignan and Mazuelo Carignan and Grenache based wine, more Grenache in this one. They need time. They're so big and intense and massive and alcohol that they need that time just to soften the tannins down and it be expressive. 5 years usually, so this is quite young. This is only 3 years old at the minute. But on the nose, it does have lovely minerally notes to it. Minerally, graphitey notes from the soil, and then this little florally touch. It's got this lovely little slight floral edge. It's not vibrantly floral, but it's there. There's a little bit. It has rich fruit as well. There's something almost black and blueberry in this. Whoa, good nose. It does smell big though, and a bit of a waft of alcohol comes off this. It's 14.5%. You don't shy away from that here. Very small yields, lots of sugar in the fruit, loads of alcohol. Right. Black, blueberry, graphitey, minerally, that smoke oak comes through here. This is opened up. I've opened it about 2 hours ago. It needs the time. Taste. It's much better after the time. When I first tried this, it was so tannic. It didn't get much, but now it's got the red fruit. Lovely exotic spice comes through as well, spice and herb, an earthy and gamey meat on the finish. But that blueberry's in there as well. It's got good black and blue fruit, wonderful character, very good wine. So, recapping on these three, first of all, Ribera del Duero, which is from Corona de Castilla 2006, around 12-ish quid from Waitrose. Berberana from Majestic, a Gran Reserva 2002, around $13.99. And then finally, this one, which is the Unique Priorat. This is also around that same price point. A really decent wine. Needs time. Leave it in glass or in a decanter for a couple of hours, or have it with some food. Or be patient and wait for it for a few years, and that'll get even better. Hope you've enjoyed it. See you very soon. I'm off to Bordeaux. Ciao.